How do you do? Welcome to our mathematics lesson. Now today we are going to learn about area, and specifically we are going to take on the area of the shaded part, or the area of the shaded region as it is shown on the whiteboard. Now, welcome. Let us learn together. Now, let us consider a figure like this. Before us, we have got a square having a circle inside it. Now, given the figure before us, there is a figure on the whiteboard. We would like to find the area of the shaded part from the figure before us. Now, take your time. Look at the figure carefully. You will find out that there are two figures before us. This is a combined figure. Why do we call it a combined figure? It is a figure comprised of more than one figure. As you can see, there is a figure inside another figure. There is a circle inside a square. Now, given the following, what is supposed to be done first? Now, you will realize that there are two figures, so we are going to take the figure inside the other one from the rest of the figure. That is to say, we have been given a circle to be removed from a square. So we're going to say, to find the area of the shaded part, you will take square subtracted from, you subtract a circle from a square. Now, this is what we are going to do in order to arrive at the correct answer. Now, consider the formula of finding the area of a square. How do we find the area of a square, dear viewer? The area of a square is taken by the formula length times length minus, dear pupil, how do you find the area of a circle? The area of a circle is taken by the formula pi r squared. Now, after you have outlined your formulas of respective figures, we are going to do one important exercise of analyzing the figure. Let us analyze the figure together. Now, let us do the analysis. We are going to take the data from our figure. We are going to check and find out whether we have been given the following parameters. Do we have the area of the figure? Are we being given the length of the square? Are we being given the pi to be used while calculating the area of the circle? Are we being given the radius of the circle? Let's check this together. What is the area of the shaded part? That is the problem before us. The problem before us is finding the area of the shaded part. What is the length of the square? As you can see, the square before you, pupil, it is given that the length of the square is 14 meters. So let us take 14 meters. Next is to check the pi to be used while calculating the area of the circle. Now, the pi to be used while calculating the area of a circle, dear viewer, is determined by the length of the square, or the diameter or the radius of the circle. In this case, the diameter of our circle is the length of the square, which is equivalent to 14 meters. So 14 meters is our diameter, therefore 7 meters becomes our radius. Now, the pi is determined by the radius or the diameter. If the diameter or the radius is a multiple or is divisible by 7, therefore our pi shall be 22 all over 7. So in this case here, we are going to use 22 over 7 as our pi. After that, we are going to substitute what we have found during our analysis with the formula. Right away, we are going to check the area of the shaded part to be the length is taken by 14 meters multiplied by 14, subtract or take away the pi, which is 22 all over 7, times the radius, which is 7 times 7. Therefore, we are going to get into the next step, which is area of the shaded part is equal to 14 times 14. Let us check what shall be 14 times 14. 14 times 14 is equal to 4 times 4 is 16. We carry 1. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Put your multiplication together. 6 plus nothing will be 6. 5 plus 4 will be 9. 1 is going to be dropped down. So 14 times 14 is 196. So we are going to write 196 minus, let us simplify this fraction by the common factors. The common factor here is 7. So we are going to take 7 goes into 7 times 1 and 7 goes into 7 times 1. Therefore, we are going to multiply the numerators, which are 22 times 1 times 7. What is 22 times 1 times 7, dear pupil? 22 times 1 times 7 is equal to, let us do it together here, 22 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14, write 4, carry 1. 7 times 2 is 14 plus the 1 we had carried is equal to 15. Therefore, 22 times 1 times 7, dear pupil, is 154. So we are going to subtract 154 from 196. Therefore, we're going to get 196 minus 154. Let us work it together. What is 6 minus 2? Eventually, you have already found it. 6 minus 4 is 2. What is 9 minus 5? 9 minus 5 is 4. What is 1 minus 1, dear pupil? 1 minus 1 is nothing. Therefore, the difference between the area of the square and the area of the circle is equal to 42 meter square. I hope we have gone through our first example properly and you have followed well. Now, before I conclude, let me give you an example or an exercise to do. Dear pupil, you have been asked to find the area of the shaded part from the following figure. The figure is there. Try the much you can to follow the examples you have been given, the example you have been given, to find the area of the shaded part from this figure along side. Until we meet in our next episode, thank you and have a nice time.